The footage comes from an infrared camera installed in a young child's room with the date and time clearly visible on screen. At the start of the video, the child is alone in the room. While there's no one else present, several toys and objects around the child appear positioned in an unusual way. The child's attention is drawn to a spot off camera, a place where there's nothing visible or identifiable in the footage. A few seconds later, you can see objects that are out of the child's reach start to move on their own. This happens without anyone entering the room or any obvious physical cause. The child doesn't react with fear or excitement. Instead, their behavior is calm, but noticeably out of the ordinary. The person who published the video claims it was recorded by an ordinary security system with no staging involved. Still, Reddit users are split into two main camps. Some believe it's a publicity stunt or a setup by the parents, while others think it could be an unexplainable event or something paranormal. In the next video, something unusual happens. According to the uploader, the footage was recorded inside a residential home where a family member had been living until a few months ago. Based on the information provided, the family's uncle, who lived in the house, passed away in March of this year. In the recorded video, the door leading to the garage opens on its own, and immediately after the door opens, the garage light turns on as well. The uploader states that the light is not connected to any motion sensor or automatic system. In the next video, a controversial piece of found footage has recently gone viral on social media, triggering widespread reactions and debate. According to the description, the footage shows a father playing with his young daughter in a public park. The two are seen spending time together in what appears to be a normal, everyday setting. As the video continues, the father and daughter walk toward one of the playground structures, a slide. Up to this point, the visual narrative remains entirely normal, with no indication that anything unusual is about to happen. However, the moment they enter the slide, something occurs that has led the video to be labeled as disturbing found footage. At this point, an unusual image appears on screen, one that clearly doesn't align with basic physical logic or the viewer's visual expectations. The image quality, camera angle, and continuity of motion have caused many viewers to describe the scene as unnatural and deeply unsettling. Following the video's release, two main perspectives have emerged among online viewers. One group believes the scene was most likely created using artificial intelligence or heavy digital manipulation, arguing that it cannot be considered real footage. They point to visual distortions, unnatural movements, and sudden shifts in form as signs of AI generation or post-production editing. On the other hand, some viewers are not willing to completely dismiss the possibility that the footage is genuine. They argue that if the scene was captured without digital alteration, it suggests an extremely strange and potentially frightening situation. In this interpretation, the event has no clear or immediate explanation and could be the result of a severe camera malfunction, a recording error, or perhaps something entirely unknown. The next entry in the series is a compilation of 3 clips recorded by Blink security cameras shared by a homeowner. The uploader explains that throughout his life, he has experienced unusual occurrences in this house. However, until installing these cameras, he had never been able to capture any of those moments on video. According to his account, he is the 3rd generation of his family to own the property, with the family's history in the house going back several decades. The clips were recorded in different areas of the home, and the uploader states that no one was present on the property at the time the footage was captured. In the next video, which comes from hotel surveillance footage, what is shown has reportedly frightened the person in the scene and triggered widespread reactions among viewers online. A woman enters the frame and walks several steps down the hallway. At the same time, a subtle change near the far end of the corridor, close to one of the doors, draws attention. The change isn't clearly defined or detailed, but it appears consistently across several consecutive frames. Moments later, the woman's reaction suggests fear or shock. She hesitates and turns back to look behind her, behavior that many viewers believe is directly connected to the change captured in the footage. Another video was shared by a Reddit user and quickly drew widespread attention after being posted. The footage shows the interior hallway of a house. At the far end of the corridor, the door to a room can be seen partially open. At one point in the video, a brief and unclear movement is captured in the space behind the door, leading some viewers to describe the moment as unusual. During this time, the surrounding environment remains unchanged, and no person is visible within the frame. However, a significant number of users believe the video is staged or manipulated, suggesting possible human involvement or a visual glitch. The uploader has rejected these claims and continues to insist that the footage is authentic. In the next video, which has been circulating online as a disturbing piece of found footage.
All morning and I don't have time for this today. Stop. Hey buddy, I got too much going on. You gotta cut it out.
The recording was made by a man who had grown increasingly concerned about his dog's unusual behavior. According to the uploader, his dog, named Max, began acting strangely in the early morning hours. Max repeatedly stood in front of the door leading to the basement, growling and barking non-stop. This behavior continued for several hours and, unlike normal situations, did not stop in response to any of his owner's attempts to calm him. The uploader explains that the persistent behavior created a growing sense of tension and unease, eventually prompting him to investigate the situation himself. In order to document what was happening, he turned on his phone and began recording, hoping to identify what was drawing the dog's attention to the basement door. In the footage, the basement door is visible, slightly open. The area at the bottom of the stairs is dark, and no clear human movement can be seen in the frame. Despite this, the dog's reaction continues, with his focus remaining completely fixed on the same spot. As the video goes on, something resembling a shadow or an unexpected shift within the darkness of the basement appears to catch viewers' attention. While it doesn't have a clearly defined shape, its presence in the frame has led many users to describe the moment as unnatural and unsettling. The uploader states that he had never seen similar behavior from Max before, and that there had been no prior reports of unusual activity in the house. According to him, the dog's behavior was the sole reason these images were recorded in the first place. The next video, which first appeared online in 2007, has been attributed to a group of friends living in San Bernardino. According to the description accompanying the footage, the group had been using a Ouija board in the same location shortly before the recording was made. Based on the account that was later shared, once the session ended, they decided to set up a camera inside the room and then leave the space. The goal was to document any changes or unexpected activity that might occur while no one was present. This video is linked to the St. Augustine Lighthouse, a location that has long been considered controversial in local folklore and unofficial reports. According to available information, the St. Augustine Lighthouse is known for stories involving the spirit of a former lighthouse keeper, as well as the alleged ghosts of two young girls who died near the site. Because of this background, the location has repeatedly attracted people interested in documenting unexplained phenomena. With the rapid advancements in artificial intelligence, many videos shared online might be manipulated or entirely fabricated. That's why today it's more important than ever to tell fact from fiction. Here on Echo TV, every clip is reviewed and shared with a critical, analytical mindset. No exaggeration, no hype. Our focus is on getting closer to the truth, not manufacturing artificial fear. If you want to follow the most credible cases from the unknown, make sure to subscribe to the channel.